All right, Shalom Makiam. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekah Kudash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect that teaches the word on true faith and charity. And yeah, I just want to do a quick lesson dealing with the missiles, man. Because at the end of the day, you can escape from a man, or even dodge a bullet. But those missiles, you ain't going to be able to escape them. Only way you're going to be able to escape those missiles is by the way of those chariots, man. That's the only way. So let's dive into it, man. This is Wisdom of Solomon 16:16. It says, for the ungodly that denied to know thee were scourged by the strength of thine arm. And yeah, that's how it's shot, man. Matter of fact, let's get that word scourged. Just a simple definition. Let's see. I just see what the word scourge goes into. It says a whip or lash, especially for infliction of punishment or torture. It says a person or thing that administers punishment or severe criticism. A cause of affliction or calamity. Okay, it says scourging. It says to whip, a scourge, lash, to punish, chastise, criticize severely. He got one of the related words is terror. Yeah, because when you see the Lord, that's what He's bringing, man. Terror. It got another synonym, plague, which that ultimate plague is those missiles, man. That's the ultimate plague. Is those thermonuclear missiles, man. As a matter of fact, let's see, because you're gonna get scourged by those them chariots. The fire of them chariots as well. Let's see, is it 3? Bear with me. Okay. Yep, this is Habakkuk 3:3. It says, "And the Most High came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran, Salah. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of His praise." Yeah, that's the glory covered the heavens. That means when He returned with all them chariots, man. And it said, and His brightness was as the light, and He had horns coming out of His hands, and there was the hiding of His power. And yeah, the horn coming out of His hands is those bright beams, those laser beams coming from the chariots, man. So that's going to be another way that you're going to be scourged. It says, for the ungodly that denied to know thee were scourged by the strength of thine arm. With strange rains, hails, and showers were they persecuted, that they could not avoid. And through fire were they consumed. See, that strange rains is those missiles, because it's going to look like rain, man. Just from the amount of missiles, there's going to be 200 million missiles, man. He said, with strange rains, hails, and showers were they persecuted, that they could not avoid. Yeah, because you ain't going to be able to avoid those missiles, man. Matter of fact, let's get it in. I think that's Revelation the 7th chapter, I believe. Revelation 7:1, it said, after these things I saw the 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. Yeah, so that lets you know that matter of fact, let's get that wind. What type of wind is it, man? In Jeremiah 51:1, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. So that there's going to be a nuclear destruction, man. Those that's destroying wind. That's the nuclear winds, man, from the impact of those missiles. They call it the aftershock. Well, that's going to lay the whole land desolate, man. It says it shall not hurt let's go back to Revelation 7 again. It shall not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor any tree. So the discretion is wherever those missiles are hidden, wherever that target is, which the number one target is America, Babylon the Great. There's nothing that's going to be saved here, man. You know that destroying wind, you ain't gonna be able to escape those missiles, man, unless you on a chariot. Let's see. Is that Joel the second chapter? This Joel 2. We just start at 1. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound the alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord coming, for it is nigh at hand. Yeah, because the day of the Lord, that's the peak of existence, man. There's the return of Yahushua, man, in his glory, and to throw this devil down, which he raised up Pharaoh to show his power, so that his name will be established upon the earth. Well, guess what? It's going to happen again, man. Matter of fact, let's get that in this in John, I believe, 12:28. Yeah, come to John 12:28. It says, Father, glorify thy name. Then came there a voice from heaven saying, I have both glorified it and will glorify it again. See, and how did the Lord's name was glorified on the earth before? Let's go to Joshua. Joshua 9:9. And they said unto him from a very far country, thy servants are come because of the name of the Lord thy power. So his name was glorified now. Why? It says, for we have heard the fame of him, and that all that he did in Egypt. See? Because the Lord, he's a man of war, man. So how did he get his fame? Through those casualties, man. When the King David, they had a song about King David, man. It said Saul slain his thousands, but David his tens of thousands. And that was the women singing that song, man. Well, guess what? We are the Lord's women, and we're singing a song how the Lord's going to glorify his name. By the way of thermonuclear destruction, man, in the chariots. When the Lord returns, that's going to be the height of existence, man. And he's going to establish his name once again on the earth by throwing this devil down. Because people can't see the so-called white man being thrown down. Well, it's because they can't throw him down. It wasn't meant for the other nations to come up after this, man. The kingdom of heaven is going to be established after this, man. And Esau was blessed with the sword, so the one that blessed him with the sword is the only one that can take him out, man. So yeah, you should be trembling anyway, man, because hey, it's already it's already gonna be hell just even to the build up of the day of the Lord, man. But on that day, that's gonna be a very terrible day, man. If you don't understand what was the severity of the times that we're in, You see, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong that have not ever been alike, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. So yeah, it can't be talking about angels. So that means the Lord made some angels, then he just do away with them. No, man. That don't make no sense. They ain't talking about just no regular common man, no men. No, that's talking about those missiles. Because it said there have no ever been a like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Because those nuclear missiles is the most powerful weapon on earth, man. The carnal weapon. That's the most powerful carnal weapon, man. And after they do that bidding of the Lord, it's not gonna be no more use for using a missile, man. You know, it ain't gonna be no what the scripture says. They're gonna beat their spears into plowshares, and their pruning hook, and they're gonna beat their swords back into pruning hooks, man. Roughly paraphrasing, because it ain't gonna be, Israel's gonna be back in power again, man. That means there's not gonna be no more war. None of that going on. The earth is gonna be under righteousness once again, man. How it's supposed to be. But you Edomites was just a lesson learned of what not to do. And this time, people are gonna understand what not to do. They're gonna, the other nations still gonna go off here and there. But Edom is gonna be done away completely, man. And those missiles dropping down, that's just the first step to those, 1,000 years of hardcore bondage, mental, physical, and spiritual slavery. When to continue on, it says, a fire devour before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yeah, and nothing shall escape them. You ain't gonna be able to escape that nuclear wind, man. Because as you can see, when you ever seen on YouTube, you got those nuclear tests, and they got a house or they got a tree. Yeah, they shows trees too, and they show when they so many miles, hundreds of miles away from ground zero, the houses get laid out, the tree get laid out by the nuclear wind, man. By the nuclear wind, man, and you can't escape that. Especially the number. Let's get the number. Man. What the scripture says, the people shall be much pained. People gonna be messed up when you see those missiles, man. So this Revelation 9:16, it says, "In the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them." See, so that's the those missiles, man. Because the horses, it represents power. It says, "And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire, and a jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of them." It says, and out of their mouths issue fire, smoke, and brimstone. By these three was the third part of men killed, by the fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone, will issue out of their mouths. For their power is in their mouth, and in their tails. For their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. Yeah. So those missiles, man, is a killing instrument, man. It's set up for that. Matter of fact, let's go to jump up to verse 15. It says, "And the Lord, and the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of man." Those same four angels that were holding the four winds, man. It's set up for a certain day and hour, just that certain second to slay the third part of men, the Edomites. To come over here in America and totally lay this thing out, man. Because also the scriptures, it calls America the virgin daughter, and those missiles are rods, man. If I ain't trying to get graphic, but this time America she's gonna get penetrated this time, and you can say, well, America had wars. Spanish American. Well, no, man, that's Edomite on Edomite crime, man. That's just like a woman that's playing with herself. She haven't been penetrated yet. She haven't been touched by any type of real war, man. But this time, America is gonna suffer, man. This time, this whole place is gonna be totally laid out, most desolate. Let me see if I can find that scripture. Most desolate. what that is. Yeah, this is I mean, there's plenty of scriptures, man. There's plenty of scriptures, man. All right, let's see. Matter of fact, let's do it. Let's get this in Ezekiel 35. Yeah, this is Ezekiel 35, and I just started at the top. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it. And yeah, and the reason why these missiles are set up for the third party man, you Edomites, is because those missiles was the same thing that got you in the power, man. That was the same. That weapon was the same thing to get you in power, man. And what goes around comes around. You ever heard of a scientist that get killed by his own device? Well, you're gonna be taking the devices that you have imagined, man, thinking that you're gonna be the bully on a block forever. No, man. The same thing that got you in power is gonna take you out of power, man. You live by the three, you die by the three. Live by the sword, you must be. The scripture says you must be killed by the sword, man. So that's just payback, man. That's a righteous payback, man. It says, and say unto it, thus said the Lord, behold, O Mount Seir, I'm against it. And that what we saying. We saying that, Lord, I hate America. We hate America, man. And I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. So this is how the Lord is going to establish his name once again, man. That's how you're going to, that fear, just the fear of knowing, of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, that fear is going to come back once again on the earth. That's why I said, thou shalt know that I am the Lord. That's how their name is going to be glorified again once those missiles and those chariots, man, through those missiles and the chariots, man. Those missiles are going to lay America totally desolate. And you're going to notice how power, because just how the missiles are going to come, they ain't going to bump into each other. And it's going to lay this place out, man. And you ain't going to be able to escape it, man. And the Lord have grace and mercy on you. Lord, when I'm part of that number, man, you're gonna feel that fire, man. Even you got a bunker over here in America, you're gonna still feel it, man. You're gonna still die, man. Well, these bankers, these elites, they're not even over here, man, because they understand what's gonna go down over here, man. And people like, well, why you not fleeing? Well, we believe the Lord is going to pull us out of here so we can get front row seats. Matter of fact, let's just get that. I end it off with this. Lord would, get a front row seat, man, to see the discretion of this place. Yeah, this is Psalms 91:8. It says, only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Yeah, that sin being a chariot, and we're going to be able to look and see the discretion from the best view, man. You get courtside seats. Well, that's how it's gonna be when we see the destruction, man. You better wear those missiles, and the whole land is gonna be most desolate, man. That means nothing is gonna escape. So yeah, Akim, man, I just hope they will edify and give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone. Till the next time, I say Shalom.